Right, welcome. Can't tell you how many people come up to me each day and say, Dave, I've got my boss coming over for the dinner and I need a special surprise, a special treat for the end of the meal. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to make one of my favourites, Blackberry surprise. I like to start with about a half cup cell phone right there, dump that in. 1 cup of standard webcam, that adds a little extra zest. 1 whole uncooked peeled Palm Pilot and a little keyboard. You'll see why later. About 2 cups of that, no more. That would spoil it. Finally, I mentioned it's Blackberry surprise, so I like these organic type, very nice this time of year. Go ahead and dump them right in on top, spread them all around. This is the surprise part of Blackberry surprise. 1 oyster cultured pearl. Get them in season, in it goes. And now here's the fun part. Looks fantastic. You're going to pour it all into an ungreased cookie sheet. You're going to want it about less than ½ an inch thick. And I like to sort of pick out the wiry bits for the benefit of the eaters. We pop it in the oven. I like to let a big project like this bake for a year and a half. So, how do you know if it's done? You stick in a toothpick, and if the rumour websites go nuts, you've got yourself a winner. Steaming hot and shiny, Blackberry surprise.
The official name for it's the Blackberry Pearl. Pretty little thing, isn't it? And it doesn't have the little side-mounted thumb wheel anymore either. It's got a pearl, a little trackpea. It's good for lefties and righties, and it lets you navigate in both directions at once. It's got a camera with a zoom, and even a flash. Very fast to dial someone in your address book, just type a couple letters and a name, or use the voice dialing. Call Mummy mobile. There's Bluetooth and a nice little speakerphone.
David, it's Mummy. How are you?
And of course the big ticket item, email, with every conceivable feature at your fingertip. The Pearl takes a tiny little memory card, which makes it easier to store your tunes, your pictures, and of course, your movies. They've even baked in a little map module that shows you exactly where any address is right on the map. Now they had to get something out to make the thing so tiny, and what they did is, they've given you only 14 keys for the whole alphabet. You're supposed to ignore what's on the screen while you're typing a word, just flail away at the right keys and trust the software to sort it all out at the end of each word. Usually, it works great. The software helps you in 1,000 little ways, like you can skip the apostrophes. That 14 key business is what makes the Pearl so tiny, but it does run into trouble sometimes. Like when you're typing in last names and certain web addresses, that's when you've got to keep guiding the software back on track, and that can leave a bitter aftertaste indeed. But apart from that, you've got to admit that the Blackberry surprise is a very sweet treat.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today, but come back next week when I'll show you the amazing surprise I can make for you out of 2 eggs, a yellow pepper, and a GPS unit. See you next week.